If you're looking for love, you should also be looking out for potential scammers looking to take advantage of you. Lane Montz from the Better Business Bureau is here with us this afternoon to talk more about romance scams. Boy, that's something else. We've met with you many times in the show, and you're so fun to talk to, and we get a lot of information. My aunt fell victim to this. I'll tell you about this. She's in her late 70s. Maybe she's 80 by now, but single, very lonely, and she was online looking at these sites, and she lost an amount of money scammed out of this. It was one of these guys. The whole thing, a litany of too good looking to be true.
I get that all the time, Dan.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it
me too.
Yeah. It's a tough.
In a hurry to get off the site. I mean, these scams. Look at these. This is all. If you're looking for it, you get a red flag. But boy, some people are so vulnerable.
So it's interesting, though, that you said this guy, in referring to the scam, there's a very good chance it wasn't a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as time goes on and AI gets more sophisticated, it might not even be a person. Like it's coming to where it won't even be a person necessarily. I think in some cases that's already true. But in any case, yeah, I hate to be the one to rain on romance's parade, especially right before Valentine's Day, but they do kick up this time of year. And my employment scams and romance scams are the two that bum me out most to talk about, because they really hit people emotionally as well as financially. It's an emotional burden as well as a financial burden.
And it was funny because my aunt, as soon as she'd been a victim and she lost this amount of money, then she regroups, and then like a little bit later she's telling me like, hey, I'll be moving to Maine. She lives in Illinois. I'll be moving to Maine. My boyfriend, he's a general in the Army. He's retiring. And I saw a press release here again. If you're in the military, you say you're in the military working overseas, to explain why you can't meet in person. And she's never seen this person in the flesh. It's so sad.
Yeah, it is sad because it plays on people's, desire for connection. And in today's society, we're more distant from each other than ever, so it's a pretty effective scam. But yes, being in the military is having an excuse for never being able to meet, ramping up the relationship really fast, starting to talk about big plans. We're going to get married, we're going to live in Paris or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are all pretty significant red flags, but when you're in the heat of battle, you don't always pick them up. There, you got some on the screen right there, but don't want to meet, using suspect language, hard luck stories, and then of course, the real sign, if you're not sure, when they ask for money, you can be sure that's a scam.
My wife has been, she didn't fall for it, but she considered doing a couple of things that would have been very costly, and it turned out to be a scam. And I think the best thing to know is, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're in this situation, take a step back and talk to another couple people. Get some advice. Don't go diving in by yourself. Make sure someone gets another look of eyes on that situation, and try to research whether the phone number is legitimate, where this person actually exists. Do some research, because the information is out there.
Yeah, that's a great idea, because there's wisdom in the multitude of counsel, right? And when you're in the middle of something, you can't always see it clearly, but if you pump the brakes, just pump the brakes and get a second set of eyes on the situation, that will go a long way, and then it'll probably seem obvious, although it can take hold, and people can really want it to be true, and so the brain plays tricks on itself. But yeah, you just really don't want to see people fall for this. Be careful, because they are pretty prevalent. It's a pretty common scam. It went up. It's number 5 overall in 2024. It's jumped up 2 spots, so it's actually on the uptick.
Something you said that's very frightening is that with AI getting better and better and better, this will keep on the rise. And AI makes it really impossible, much more difficult to even recognize a scam when you see one.
Well, so one of the big tip-offs used to be if the grammar was sloppy, or sounded weird or stilted, or the spelling was bad, but they said they were, from your part of the country. AI is going to smooth all that over, Dan. AI will smooth all that over. So my hope is, and my heart is, that they will develop ways to make AI to fight AI, so that AI will be able to look at messages, you'll be able to look at that to scan videos, and it will be able to see things that the human eye cannot, and tell if it's a fake.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
Yeah, well, anyway, hopefully, if you're hearing this, get some good advice from Lane Montz here from Better Business Bureau. There's the information how to get a hold of him, the website and the phone number. And again, always, it's a shame that there are people out there trying to scam people with their heartstrings and their wallet as well.
Let's try to find a positive reason for me to come back and talk. Seriously, next time I come back, we'll find a positive story.
Well, I know this guy. He's a lot of fun, actually. And as they say, he's too good looking to be true.
That's it. I agree. I agree.
Lane, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.